Hi, good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing? If you are still active in the live, can you just put yes? Or can you just put amen at the chat? If you are hearing me, amen, amen. Wonderful, wonderful. Yay. I really like interaction. I really like, to be able to see all of you here. Okay, the screen is still, can you stop share so that I can share my screen as well? Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so basically my style, I really like to have engagement with you. For those of you who have on the video, that really helps, to really make us feel good so that we are not alone. Right now, behind the screen is like we are talking to the screen. It's as if I'm talking to the screen. So if you are really, yeah, on camera, that really helps. Now, I'm going to just, this is my topic, reaching youth in mission in your home. There's a lot of things that I need to shift in your home country. Yeah, and I want to look at strength-based approach. A lot of time we always look at the negative. Even right now with the pandemic, we always have all the negative news flying around, the fake news. Yeah, we always ignore, yeah, the positive. And in every situation, there's always two sides to the story. Yeah, there's two sides to a coin. If there's a negative, there's always another way of looking at things. Yeah. So with that, yeah. Uh, if I tell you, I think by tomorrow 80% you'll forget. This is all based on brain science. Yeah. If I show you, you look at my slide, maybe you will remember. But if I involve you, probably you will learn because I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to get you involved. So if you could really participate with me, right? And that will really be helpful. And how do you participate? By engaging in chat, or if you can't, I mean, if you are more willing to, you can also unmute yourself and either ask question, or you can give your comment, when there's a need, or when you feel that during my session, yeah, if you have during my slide presentation, you have anything that you felt you want to ask, very pressing, you just put in the chat. If I can catch your question, I will respond accordingly. I'm okay to be interrupted. Yeah, so no question is stupid question. It's just that when you ask question, you're doing all the others a favor, because not many people, especially Asian culture, likes to ask question. All right, so with that, yeah. So let's see who I have in this room, so that I know who I'm talking to. I know age is very sensitive for female. So if you are teenagers here, you put Monday. If you are in your 20s, you put Tuesday. If you are in your 30s, you put Wednesday. Some of you, if you want to be even more specific, if you are like 36, then you put mid noon, Wednesday noon. Okay, I am Thursday evening, just so that you know. All right, so okay, a lot of Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, so we have lots of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So not too many youth here today. Yeah, can you know why? Why they are not here? Who can guess? Who want to give me some? Okay, so okay, now Tuesday is in already. They are in school. Okay, okay, granted. Okay, any reason why Tuesday are not here, or so few Tuesday here? Exam time in Singapore, I see. Okay, okay, okay. Got you. All right. Okay, now that I know, all right. So I'll be very mindful that I'm talking to the Thursday and the Fridays. Okay. So what brings you to this workshop? There are so many workshops for you to choose. What do you want to learn from this workshop? Okay, just give me a few of what do you think you want to take away from this. Yeah, so this is also part of learning, where we are so intentional from the very beginning. Just one thing. Yeah, probably if you do know why you are here, now that you are here, one thing you think you want to take away, what do you think that will be? I'm going to give you some time. Understand youth better, know how to reach youth. Okay, of course. What about the rest? How to work with youth more effectively? Troubled youth. Let's see. Feel free to also come to the mic and respond. If you find it easier to talk. Know how to love people better. How to better connect. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, got you. Yeah, how to help make relationship. Now let's see what you can capture, right? If after at the end of the workshop you are still not able to find your answer, then you may want to just during the Q&A ask, or I will stay back, yeah, and you can ask me. Okay, so with that, all right. What is your perception of youth today? What is at the top of your mind? Again, put in the chat or come to the mic. Yeah. And those of you who are in your 20s, the youth, the real youth, how does it feel for you? Yeah, or how do normally, you been perceived? Yeah, youth are looking for genuineness. Now, Roseanne, what day are you? You know so well about youth. How to understand youth and how to move with them. Yes. Two, to work with youth. Okay. I'm a Christian social worker. Oh, okay. Often misunderstood. Okay, the one that put, strawberry. The one that puts often misunderstood. Uh, can you come to the mic? Like, how are you being misunderstood so that the older generation can hear you, or you can keep typing in the chat.
Oh, it's okay. Hi. um, I'm actually a recent graduate of doing counseling, and I was actually doing placement at a high school.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think a lot of the students who I work with, like they're in high school and they're, teenagers, and a lot of the times they want to express themselves.
Mm,
But yeah, like I guess adults, when we've gone through a stage of things, it's like, oh, these things are simple, or why are you doing those things that you shouldn't be doing? But
mm,
for them it's like they haven't gone through the stages yet, and
mm.
they just want someone to listen and someone to empathize with them and just be there with them as they learn the
That's
process of
right.
what it's like to grow.
That's
um
right.
and yeah, I think a lot of the times they do know the responsibilities and what's right and what's wrong, but they're emotionally, like during that developmental time, they want to explore and do things like
Mm,
that. So
mm.
yeah.
Okay, let's give Pauline a round of applause. I'm not sure if you know how to do the reaction. If not raise hand, I'm gonna lower my hand. Yeah. You know what? She has give you the summary of my talk. We can say goodbye already. you know at the end of the day, they want to live life, they want to experience life, but because we adult, we have gone through life challenges, and we don't want our kids to go through the suffering. But by us overprotecting them, we are robbing them of the experience. Yeah. And also sometimes the experience of the Holy Spirit doing a deepening work in their lives. Yeah, because we hijack their experience. So just think about it. They just want somebody to journey with them or stand by there, understand them. Yeah, I do understand all parents' concern, right? That they want to give the best to their children. Yeah, granted. Okay. Oops. All right. So why strength-based approach? Because it's really very holistic. Yeah, it's exploring the entirety of an individual circumstances and focusing on what is strong and not what is wrong. Yeah, we always think that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. What if this happen? What if that happen? And therefore, we again limit their experience. All right. So here in strength based, we want to really empower them to take risks, and you really want them to take risks. Yeah. And also, if you look at developmental level, in terms of their brain development, this is really the time where they really want to uh, uh, to learn and to be curious about situation, so that they can continue to form, their mindset can continue to develop and find themselves. Right. So strength-based practice requires meaningful conversation with individuals where the individual is an expert in their own life. So you need to believe and trust the Lord that your child belongs to God. Yeah, and your child has got God's DNA in her. Yeah, because we are all made in the image of God. Yeah, we are really just a caretaker, a steward, of this baby that God has given you. Yeah, and thereafter we need to release them so that they can be able to have an experience, so that they can live up to their destiny that God has prepared for them. Right. So one of the way, I'm not saying we all just clean our hands and not care. We need to be able to guide them at the same time, and then really have meaningful quality conversations, yeah, with them. Yeah, youth are unheard and given important tasks which they are very much capable in doing. for the vulnerable youth to be equipped with coping skills for their entire life, grounded and rooted in Christ. Through Him, they can go through life difficulty and overcome their. Amen. Amen. All right. Well said there. Well said. Yeah. Hi, Christina. Okay. Strength based. Okay. So now, what we want also to unfold and develop individual strength, community assets, and family and social network. So here, in other words, we are not leaving them alone out there. Yeah. Because if we don't also protect them, we are also not doing our duty as an adult, as a parents. Yeah, as a caretaker at the same time. But we want to be able to recognize their strength and know what they are able to, and then we want to really slowly release them for small wins. And then when they are able to have some little win, they will gain confidence, and then they will be more ready to explore bigger things, bigger challenge. Yeah. And we want to really work with families, social networks, especially with those youth, vulnerable youth, or youth at risk, or in other words, youth in needs. Yeah, they are really calling out, and they need, something from you, from an adult. Yeah, so if we cannot give it to them, they will want to find it their own way. Yeah. So aim is to promote the individual's well-being, considering their strength, needs, and personal outcome. So my question then is, do you know your child? Do you know what they are good at? Yeah. So if your conversation with your children is really just about, have you done your homework? Yeah. How's school today? What else? How's tuition? Yeah. What else do you talk to your kids about? So if it's all around academic, it's very lopsided. Okay. We want to have you eaten? This is very Chinese. Okay. So to transform the vulnerable youth through individualized mentoring and counseling support, yeah. If at all they are, they make poor choices, because again they are growing up. It is really through our poor choices we make mistakes. That's where we learn and grow, isn't it? Yeah. And I always tell parents, as long as it's not life and death, let them explore, let them fail, because when they fail, that's where they will learn how to pick up themselves, and that's where they grow resiliency. Yeah, being resilient. Yeah, and live a purpose-driven life, so that they can experiment. What is it in it for them? Yeah. Who are the next the next generation? Of course, we are talking about the youth, isn't it? Yeah. So see if we can. I'm going to very quickly 8 minutes. Do I? Okay. Can the tech team help me? Break them into probably 10 groups. Can you give me 10 groups? Yeah. 10 to 11 group will do. I want you all to discuss very quickly. No need to introduce yourself. Just very quickly go and discuss among yourself, and have somebody to describe the challenge and the need of youth today. Yeah. About 7 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes will do. Yeah, we will call you out after that. Hi, welcome back. I know there's some interesting discussion going on. If it's not cut off, we will not be able to end on time. Now, just that little time with one another, what are something that stands out from your group?
The seeking for belonging. They
Okay.
will look for groups that they can be a part of, and they build a kind of identity there as well. We went into the issue of needing to find their identity, including their sexuality. Then we mentioned about the values, how they value themselves, and how others value them, the impact of media, how popular they are on social media.
That's right.
Sensuality is one thing that is quite prevalent. To get more likes, to be cool and stuff. Then validation, we talked about the need for validation. And then I think from Philippines mentioned about exploring spiritual methods, curious about spiritual things. Yeah. That's as far as we got. Yeah. Thanks.
Right. Are these from the adult or from the youth that contribute?
No, I think we're all adults, probably Thursdays and Fridays.
Thursday and Friday. Who has got youth?
Got children lah, grown-up children, teenage children lah. We kept it within the below 21 group.
Yeah, okay, all right. So we have some answer in the. Just feel free to add on, right? You don't have to tell me everything that has been covered. Any add on from your group discussion? So we have got from group 5, communication issues, self-image. Yeah, okay, the sense of search for identity. Yeah, go ahead.
In our group, so I will just mention what's not mentioned. It's boredom, lack of motivation, the fear of missing out or FOMO. And of course, even though everything is in the internet, but I think it's globally, not all technology are excellent. So the interruptions of the internet or the gadget issues, that's a challenge for the youth of today.
Yes. This generation, they grow up with the internet. If parents, you are angry with them and you off the Wi-Fi, you're asking for trouble. Right? It's like you are chopping off their hand. Yeah. So if you want to discipline them in terms of, the internet usage, it has to be from young.
Konferensi
Yeah.
internasional 1.000 orang lebih yang hadirin.
Ngebahas tentang
Konsul.
Charles, are you sharing or that's a mistake? All right. Okay. I went into some of the rooms and I do hear repeated information coming out like FOMO. How many of you do not know what is FOMO if it's not discussed in your group? Right. So this fear of missing out. Yeah. So you need to know all this acronym. Yeah. Fear of missing out is a big thing. Yeah. That's why it will affect them in terms of when they post something in the internet, and then if there's not enough light, and they get depressed over this. All right. So that's their world. Yeah, it's really not easy to be youth today. Putting you in the world today, I think you may go through the same challenge, or your parent will say the same thing to you, or maybe you may not even could survive. Yeah, as them. Yeah. Any other add-on? Just feel free to put it in the chat. Yeah, can't control them anymore. Exactly. Yeah, because when it comes to youth, we have got 4 stages of parenting style. Yeah. The first one is 0 to 2 years old. Yeah, where is a baby, you have to give them 100%. So you're a carer, you're a nurturer. Yeah, the second stage is until age 10, 9 years old, 10 years old. Yeah. So this second stage, where you tell them to what is right, what is wrong, they will agree with you. Yeah. So whatever you say is gospel truth. But the moment they hit 10 years old and above, yeah, that's where the brain begins to develop and they have a mind of their own. And if your child challenge you back, you know what? Congratulations, their brain is developing normally. They are thinking. Yeah. So these are all feedback for parents. If your child says, no, mom and dad, you got favorite, you're not fair. These are all feedback for you because they're coming from their experience. So if you want to relate to them, go into their world, see from their world and see what they're not happy about. Right. So that's the third stage where you just have to be a coach to them. Yeah. You cannot tell them what to do, what not to do anymore. You have to discuss and then explain why it's good, why it's not good. And then only 18 and above, yeah, you play the role of a consultant. Yeah. When do we need a consultant? Yeah, when we need them, we look for a consultant, right? So a lot of parents, even the children have not asked for help, they will just automatically go and help them, rescue them, right? So then where are they going to learn? Okay, so that these 4 stages of parenting style, we need to be very mindful so that we know when to back off and let them develop themselves. Yeah. So the teenagers youth is really about allowing them to grow and respecting their space. I know some parents, they are so used to wanting to know everything about their children, and they snoop on their journal, and then from then on, when the child found out, the teenager found out, they never want to write any journal anymore. Yeah, journal is very therapeutic. Yeah. So these are the common things that we always think about. I'm glad. Yeah, this group, not much of this kind of issues comes out, because this is where we are focusing on the negative. Yeah, but even if they are doing all this activity, why? It's because they want to find a sense of belonging. Yeah, it's like gangsterism. All of us know gangsterism is not good. But then we will still want to get involved because of the brotherhood, the sense of connection, the sense of belongingness. And then the assumption would be, If this person is from a healthy family, they will have gotten the love and the belongingness from their family. So therefore, if when they are not getting it, that's where they have to look outside. They get into early relationship, fall in love very quick, very early in their lives. Yeah. So it's a domino effect. Yeah. So can you really partner with them? Yeah. Can you see them eye to eye? Can you still respect, this youth that has got full of tattoo, and hold back, your judgment? Because every tattoo, yeah, some of you, the youth may say is very artistic, is a design, but really every tattoo has got a meaning to it. Yeah. So you want to really understand them. What's it all about? Tell me. What sort of like activated you to want to have that tattoo? What were you going through? Yeah. A lot of time is also about instilling physical pain so that it can divert the emotional pain to physical pain. That emotional pain is actually even more difficult to contain. So we rather hurt our body so that then the brain will register and divert the attention to the physical, right? Yeah. So oops. Yeah, Ecclesiastes says this. Yeah. Okay. That which has been is that which will be again, and that which has been done is that which will be done again. So there's nothing new under the sun. Now, one of the quick tips for you to be able to relate to the young people is to think about your younger days, your youthful days. Yeah, if you look at this, yeah, conflict across generation is never new. It's not unique. It's just different form. Yeah. So those days we had board games. Now we have online game. Young people nowadays, they don't smoke but they vape. Yeah. So it's still the same thing. Yeah. They gamble in those days. Now we do online gambling. Yeah. So all these issues with the youth, the teenagers are never new. Is always the same. Shopping, and then now we have online shopping. Yeah. So here it says, fathers, don't frustrate your children with no-win scenarios. Take them by the hand and lead them in the way of the master. Another scripture says, do not provoke your child to anger. So whenever there is an argument with kids, with children, with teenagers, we have to step back. What have I said or what did I do that aggravate my child to anger? Yeah. So that's where, if we can step back and understand again, that's where we can have good communication and have good discussion with one another. Yeah. So 2 Timothy, run as fast as you can from all the ambition and lust of youth, and chase after all that is pure. Whatever builds up your faith and deepens your love must become your holy pursuit, and live in peace with all those who worship our Lord Jesus with pure heart. Now, these are really for the youth. If you are here today, this is what the Lord wants you, to really run away from all this that is temporary, give you temporary joy. But we want you to be able to live in peace, and that's where, it'll be good to also listen to your adult. So what really do the things that our youth are facing? Search for identity. Yeah. Who am I? Yeah, they have not lived life long enough to discover themselves. So you need to allow them to experiment. And they are fighting anxiety. Look at, whatever there's around them. With the internet, there's so much information in their hand, and their brain has not got that capacity or the maturity to be able to contain the information, to maybe censor or filter those information. Yeah, so that creates a lot of anxiety in them. Yeah. And it is so overwhelming that they are also very lonely, because everything is behind the computer. Yeah. And parents are busy, chasing after their career or putting bread on the table, and therefore they feel neglected. Yeah. So they wonder, am I loved? Harnessing ambition, what's my purpose? Yeah. And if you look at, the last 1.5 years, suicide rate has increased tremendously. And a big part of them are our teenagers, our youth. Yeah. So it's like, what happened to our youth today? That they can't find any meaning and purpose. They don't even feel love. And therefore, they feel that, what's the point of me living? Nobody cares. Yeah. Might as well I just end my life. Yeah. Because, then I can end my pain. Right. So if we can give them a life purpose, if we can give them that sense of belonging and make them feel love, it will change their world totally. And this feeling entitled is like, probably, I don't know, it could also be the adults that have given them that sense that they are entitled. Yeah. What matters beyond me? So these are really, what else in me. So in strength based, we want to collaborate. So every party that is involved with the youth, we want to come together. Can you still think of, besides what I've put here, who else can we collaborate in order to be able to help one youth, especially one vulnerable youth? Anyone else comes to mind? It's a long, environment. The schools will have teacher or headmasters. Yeah. So just think about who are the stakeholders so that we can really come in joint venture to help one vulnerable youth in the community. Yeah, if not your own. Yeah. So misconception about next gen. Yeah. They are connecting but yet not connected. Yeah, in many ways, yeah, it's as if they have a lot of friends, but all their friends usually are virtual. Especially right now, the lockdown is really not doing them justice. Yeah, youth are supposed to have lots of energy to hang out, with friends, to especially the extroverted ones, to do sports. But now they are all stuck at home. Yeah, churches, hobby committee, yes, all right, and mistakes adults made, we think we understand. What we see is how they mask their pain, not who they are. Yeah, especially when they sense that mom and dad could not understand what I'm trying to say, and that's where they decided that I don't think mom will understand. I'm going to look for someone else to listen me out to me. Yeah, so we need to make a paradigm shift. Yeah, they want human connection. Ultimately, they want human connection. Yeah. And millennials is definitely a misunderstood generation. Just now there's some things that came out like strawberry generation, snowflake. Yeah, I'm going to play this.
Today's youth are selfish, lazy and ignorant.
Okay.
Crybaby millennials need to stop whinging and work hard like the rest of us.
That's bad.
The most obnoxious, self-entitled,
Lazy and willfully ignorant generation.
Ever to pollute the surface of the earth.
the me generation.
That's not true. And that's upset me.
There are a lot of stereotypes.
We're lazy,
entitled,
Unambitious.
disloyal,
Disconnected.
I'm the founder of Stand Tall, which is an organisation that helps women and girls get back on their feet after they've been in an abusive relationship.
Starting one of the largest college safety apps in the US that has over 1 million users.
I've raised nearly $1 million for children with serious illnesses.
I want to dedicate my space trip to every single person who suffered from mental health issues.
Started my own business at the same time as completing my GCSEs and now A-levels.
Words that come to mind when I think of millennials: opportunity, hope,
Ambitious, driven,
Passionate,
Always looking for the next solution.
universal.
Want to make the world a better place.
Tenacious and versatile.
What do you get from the video? Yeah, feel free to put in the chat. Yeah. So basically, this connected generation don't want just to be a consumer or to just exist. They really want to contribute. Now, our youth has got a better head start. Gone were the days like our generation where we have to strive and have to support our family. Now our youth are at a better place. They don't have to support us, the parents, and therefore they have got an opportunity to dream, and they really want to change the world and they want to contribute. I remember one of my student. Yeah, she's a mother. Like I always have mature student teaching. She said, she wanted the daughter is actually studying at Australia, And then human mother's plan want the daughter to just stay put there, get a job, and then eventually, bring the parents over and migrate over. But the daughter say, Mom, I want to come back. Malaysia needs me. Yeah. So it's this kind of new generation, and this is not just one case. I have another case where, we have this stereotype, they like to go pub, disco, but then I have another youth that says, where we go? We go hang out at Starbucks to do work, to discuss business. Yeah. No longer the days where, those are old stereotype. Yeah, so we need to have a paradigm shift. Youth as social asset, we need to see them as our asset, because when we see them that they can contribute, then we will treat them differently. We will engage them, we will involve them, and know that God has a plan and a purpose for them. Yeah, a plan for peace and well-being, not for disaster, and to give them a hope and a future as well. Yeah, so if we can just partner with God at the same time, just trust that your kids know what they want, and then they discuss and brainstorm with you. So it's not about, in this world there's only a doctor, lawyer, engineer. Yeah, nowadays with the new opportunity, they want to be YouTuber, they want to be influencer. I think the older generation, we will freak out, right? Can you really get a living? Yeah. So what do they really need? Yeah. So research, Urbana research. Okay, my battery running. All right, I'm going to run through very quickly, because time is running out. Yeah, so across time, young adults around the globe are often more alike than people in the country. Yeah, so this is a very robust research. So, if you look at the statistic here, many of them are not feeling supported, secure, hopeful. The statistic is like below 50%. Is bad. Yeah, they are feeling very doubtful, very pressured, and these are Christian youth. Yeah. Very, very, very vulnerable. Yeah. And if you look at this, this is what they say. We do love Jesus, but we don't like the church. Yeah. And the Banner has got a new research that shows when the pandemic, after the lockdown, we lost, so many of our youth. And you look at this millennial, only 14%, are in church. Yeah. Okay. So what has happened there? And this is where we can understand what affects them, hypocrisy of religious people. And I think just now the first youth, I can't remember your name, I'm so sorry, she said authenticity, genuineness. This is what they want. They want the real person, being real. So if you want to tell them they cannot do this or they cannot do that, you need to give them the reason why. Yeah, because some of the thing that we tell them you cannot do this, the excuse that we give them, they cannot accept, because it's really excuse. It's more of our fear that you will be raped, or you will be snatched, or you will be unsafe. Yeah, that's why you cannot have late night out. Yeah, so all this or that's why you cannot date at a young age. Yeah. So what they want is really a laboratory of leadership, meaning they want the church to give them a platform to practice their leadership. Yeah. If let's say we don't groom them or prune them, where are they going to learn? Yeah. So it's not just a place of worship. Yeah. So millennial, they want real leadership. They want authentic leadership. Yeah. So authenticity is the currency of this generation. So if you want to relate and connect, just allow yourself to be vulnerable. Allow yourself to share, your failure. Yeah. And then what did you learn from that failure? Yeah. So right now the world is facing a crisis of leadership. Yeah. So all the more church, we need to rise up so that they would be able to sense. Yeah. And this is what they really want to hear in church. Yeah, I think I may need extra 4 to 5 minutes. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so these are the things. And how many of you has all this discussion or hear all this being preached over the pulpit? But this is what they want to hear, the real thing, rather than gay is a sin. The gay lifestyle is wrong. Yeah, but what's wrong with it? Yeah, so we need to be able to explain and justify. Chances are we ourselves also, we are not strong enough in our word. Yeah, and therefore, we also could not give a very convincing answer. And you need to know the world right now is a VUCA world. Very volatile, very uncertain, very complex, very ambiguous. It's not easy to live in this world right now. Yeah, so what do we need to give them? All the more, if it's volatile, we need to give them a vision, give them a direction. So they need to find life purpose. Help them understand. Yeah, help them, if it's uncertain, if they come to you, you give them the answer. Otherwise, they will look for it at, in the internet, and they will get all sorts of stuff. Yeah, give them clarity and help them to be flexible. Yeah. And these are the C's. Yeah, we want to build confidence, we want to build character, we want to care, allow them to contribute so that they can be competent, and then have a healthy connection. Yeah. So pressure. So therefore, this is how, with that pressure, we need to help them experience Jesus, and then be able to discern, what is good in the culture, we keep it, but what is not helpful, why don't we challenge it and we change it? And they need meaningful relationship, and of course, we need to disciple them. We are not just, cleaning our hair. We need to be their safety net. Yeah, and also allow for countercultural mission. Yeah. Now, I'm going to just stop here. Is there any question? Let me see. Yeah. So they will see things differently. Yeah. And they will run mission differently. So how do we support the touchscreen generation? Using strength-based approach. Oh, okay, let me share this. It's easy to build upon something that already works. Yeah, and identify and build on what they are already trying to. So if internet, if the screen is something that they live with, can we do something along this line? Yeah, along the internet. Yeah. So this is something that you really want to be able to impart to the youth, to the children. Yeah, give them the sense of acceptance that mom love you, or whoever you are working as a youth worker, I accept you as you are. Give them a sense of belonging. Allow them to take control. Yeah, being in charge of their life, not controlling people. Yeah, being in control of their own life, taking charge, and then they need to have a meaningful existence. This is my So is our cultural giving them meaningful existence. Yeah, Psalm 139:16 talks about all the world has got a destiny. Yeah, before we were even conceived, God has already planned our lives. So we need to help them find their ikigai. Yeah, a reason for being. A reason for being is about, first you need to guide them to think about what do they love, which is their hobbies. Then what are they good at? Yeah. So these are the skills. Yeah. What are they paid for? So this is your profession. Yeah. And then what the world needs. So having these four, all right, and then we put together. Yeah. All right. This is your passion. When you love what you're doing and you're good at it, this is your passion. When you are good at it and you are paid for, this is your profession. Yeah. And then what you are paid for and what the world needs, this is your vocation. And if you know what the world needs and you love doing it, this is your mission. But then if you are here, you are satisfied, but you feel useless because it is not something that the world needs. Yeah. And then if you are at this category, you are comfortable, but you feel empty. Yeah, because it's not something that you love doing. Yeah, if you are here. If you are here, you are excited and complacent, but you have a sense of uncertainty. Yeah, because you are not sure whether you are good at it or not. And this one, delight and fullness, but no wealth. Yeah, you do everything, but you're not paid for. Yeah. And if you have all four coming together, that's your ikigai. And that's really, what we want to help them develop and find. Yeah. So, we have seen this. So we only live one. In fact, beside FOMO, we also have YOLO. You only live once. So because we only live one, we need to number our days right. Yeah. And if you want to know more, Purpose Driven Life is one of the best-selling author. And these are some of the questions that you can ask along strength-based. Okay, what are the home living, what are belonging? Yeah. So there are many aspects. It's not just the school. So if you get later on when you get the slides, you will be able to read through. Yeah, so these are all very information. Yeah, what are their current strengths, their goals, their desire, their past. Yeah, so these are the questions. Yeah, that you can ask them, and then get to know your youth, whether you are working with them or your own children. Yeah, and the thing is, remember we are living in an uncertain world, and this is what scientists predict. Yeah, 70% of the job right now, may be obsolete. Yeah. And now, this is the current trend, self-education revolution. Your kids now don't like to go to university, because go to university for what? Then you become an employee. Yeah, that's that much you can learn. Now they rather, be entrepreneur. So a lot of us, we are learning from real people through YouTube. Yeah, that's why it's so interesting. Now I want to talk about digital storytelling. So this is something that we can make them feel useful because this is their world. Yeah. Yeah, this is really like last already. I know we need to go to the main room.
So to me, digital storytelling, right, is like a very essential skill. It helps us become better communicators at work, and it also makes us more effective parents.
Okay, so with that, I want to just show us this is the outcome of the training. Yeah?
My name is Harisaran Shrestha. I born and grew up in Hindu family. I worship idols. My father was a Hindu priest. My house was kind of
Okay, I'm just giving you a
temple.
taster. So that's how it is. You know, this is something also you can do your own testimony and then put it in digital story, and then now we can share, you know, with the new generation, the young generation, which is really what their world is. Yeah, so you can really explore, you know, in onestory.com. This is from Singapore, my friend from Singapore. Yeah, so you can really find out more. Yeah. So strength-based self-care for youth workers. So whoever we are, you know, whatever we are doing in people helping profession, this is the most important thing. Take care of ourselves. All right. We need to be real and be genuine to ourselves so that we don't get ourselves burnt out. Yeah. So at the end, our vision is to get them connected to God, connect to their own hearts, connect to the other people, and connect to the world. All right. So let's together create a new culture. I don't know if we have time for question. I don't think we have time for question.
Yeah, sorry, we don't have no time for questions anymore, but then you will get the slides from Dr. Yeo, and you'll be able to also contact Dr. Yeo directly. Thank you so much, Dr. Yeo. I know that, you know, this topic that we talk about, youth in and of itself, is a huge topic, much more the offshoots of all the different issues that we have talked about. And I hope that even from this workshop, I'm not sure about all of you, but what I took away is really about having that paradigm shift, and not only just to see the opportunity and the hope for these youth, but also to see the potential that these youth actually bring. So I hope that all of you, you know, when you get the slides, look through all that information and digest it your own time as well. And anything, you can email Dr. Yeo and you can ask her.